Hello, everybody. It's Michelle. I wanted to make a video and I am stepping out there to do this because it's a little daunting, but I just feel really strongly that I need to do this. And this video is about being single and what that looks like as far as being in a relationship, coming into a relationship, and that leads to marriage. And so there's just some thoughts that I'm really passionate about that I wanted to share. Number one is don't settle. I just feel like women settle so much and so often, and you don't have to. But it requires you to take a stand and be willing to be alone so that you won't settle just for whoever's interested at the moment. Um, you deserve to be treated like a queen. Now, we've seen that there was this royal wedding and Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Now, we're all not going to meet someone with the status of Prince Harry. Okay, let's be for real about that because that's not going to happen. But we can meet someone and allow someone in our lives who treats us really well. And a lot of you know that I was married and to a wonderful man named Delwyn, and he passed away 4 years ago. So, but I will say that he treated me like a queen. He was absolutely wonderful. So you already know that for me to be in another relationship, this person's going to have to be quite exceptional. But that should be the case for all of us. We should all expect to be treated like queens. And if you are with someone that is not treating you with the respect that you deserve and they're treating you less than what you should be treated, less than you deserve, then you need to cut them loose. Don't hold on to somebody just because you don't want to be alone. It's it's pointless. And let me tell you something. Years ago, before I got married, actually it was the year that I met my husband. Some months before that, I was in a relationship with someone, and it really was me settling because I just didn't want to be alone. And it was really sad. But finally, I got some sense and decided to cut this person off. And it was interesting because even when I cut them off and said, I just think being friends is going to be the best option for me, they just like blew up. And the true monster showed up. And it was just like, oh, okay, good. This is a good decision that I made because you are crazy and I don't need you in my life. And let me tell you, even though you feel you miss that companionship of being with somebody, going out to the movies together, to dinner, hanging out, all that kind of stuff, it's just better to cut them off. I'm going to tell you that years went by, and it took me several occasions to even remember that dude's name. So far removed from my memory, because my life got so much better once I decided to um, get rid of what wasn't good for me. And everybody is at a different place in their life. I'm not saying that person's a horrible person, but they just weren't treating me the way I deserve to be treated. So, don't settle. That's my first point. Uh, Next point is, well, I guess I covered that too about being lonely and staying by yourself for the sake of waiting for what's best for you. Also, my next point, though, has to do with those of you who are Christians and want to marry a person who is a Christian. It's important that you find or have a relationship with someone who has a covenant relationship with God. They should be strong in their faith, just as strong as you are in your faith. It's really important that they are someone who hears from God, because if you date someone who doesn't really invest in their relationship with God, you are going to see the effects of that later on. So when you do get married, you want to be able to go to God in prayer for your husband. There are going to be major life decisions that you all are going to have to make together. And you want someone who hears from God when it comes to these major decisions as well as the smaller ones. And so if they don't already have a practice and a habit of seeking God, it's not going to just happen all of a sudden just because you want it to happen later on after you tie the knot. So it's important to make sure that that's established in the beginning. Okay. And here's another point that I would say I find a lot with single Christian women. Some women are not really honest about the fact that they want a relationship, but be honest. Just because you've been single for a long time, it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing to desire a relationship or to desire to be married. God knows it anyway, so why would you hide? Why would you act like you don't care when deep down you do? You may be disappointed because nothing has happened over the last 10 years, 15 years, whatever that looks like, but talk to God about that. I mean, he can handle that conversation. He wants to have that conversation with you. And so don't pretend to not have that desire when you really do. Deal with the roots of the disappointment and the hurt in the past and whatever the case is, because in order for you to have a healthy relationship, you need to be healthy. So let God make you healthy. Let God heal past hurts. Let God take away bitterness and hopelessness, because he's powerful enough to do that. But he can't do it unless you invite him in to do that. So I encourage you with that to just be honest with God. He really wants to be involved in every area of your life and every concern that you have. Be willing to ask God questions. You want a good man, you need to also be a good woman. Are you a good catch for somebody? So think about that. Ask God, Lord, what do I need to do to prepare? We all have some level of processing that we're in or should be in to improve so that 6 months from now, we are better than we are today. So whether you're married or single, we all have improvements to make. So just like you want someone who is good, who is worthy of marrying, you want to be that person who a man is going to be proud to introduce to his family and proud to ask for your hand in marriage. Okay, so those were just a few points I wanted to get out there. I have a blog. It's at michellejliving.com. And all together, no spaces, michellejliving.com. I am going to also post a blog about this conversation. And I just wanted to get it out there. Let me know what your thoughts were and if you have any questions and what other topics you might want to talk about. A lot of you know that I do travel. I try to post videos and pictures every so often about that. But this single topic, this topic of relationship is just something that I really am passionate about, because I want to see women experience real love and joy and have true peace and confidence in themselves. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye.